What is up, my friends? Amazingly, it finishes Southampton 4, Liverpool 4 on a crazy end of season game. It sums up our season pretty well, and unfortunately Mohamed Salah didn't get the goal that would have broken the record, or set the record I should say. But all in all, as I said, I think it summarises our season. The results of the relegation battle are in as well, and as they always seem to do, the Blues found a way to dig themselves out at Goodison. It is Leicester City, Leeds United, and of course Southampton, who will be in the Championship next season. Obviously we know Luton Town, Burnley and Sheffield United promoted, so yeah, Everton do it just again. And of course there was the annual pitch invasion to celebrate the escape from relegation. And look, fair play to them. They held their nerve on the last day. I don't even know how to start describing this game to you, but I'm going to do my best to go through it as well. Of course, I want to know your thoughts on not just today's game, but on the season as a whole in the comment section. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do. And of course, drop a like on the video. Before we get underway though, one more shout out to our fantastic sponsor Circl. As you can see on the screen, you can still play the brand new game 5 Match Millions, where you can win £1 million for a £2 entry. Scan the QR code in the bottom left hand corner of the screen. Use our referral code anfieldagenda, all one word, on sign up. That way when you deposit and place your first £5 in bet, Circl will match that with £5 in free bets for you to use. You need to be an 18-year-old or over, you need to be a UK resident, and you need to be aware it's a gambling product, so please always gamble responsibly. Look, mad one this. I mean, it encompassed, I should say, our whole season there. Go 2-0 up, go 4-2 down, get back to 4-all, and miss a load of sitters at the end to win it. But look, it was what it was. It was an end of season affair. It was a time to say goodbye to James Milner, to Roberto Firmino, and I'm just glad that we didn't sign off with a loss, because we were thinking back and we were talking about this the Stoke loss. Obviously that was the end of Steven Gerrard's time at Liverpool, and it wasn't great, so at least we managed to sign off with a bit of a fight back and a draw. Southampton fans are probably wondering where that attacking intent has been all season, but it's a tough one to gauge for us. But I tell you one thing and let me know, Joe Gomez ain't it. Joe Gomez had a really poor game today. And Jordan Henderson as well. I mean, if this game doesn't show our owners that there are specific areas that need major investment in the summer, I don't know what will. Going through the team, Kelleher didn't really do himself any favours today. Probably could have done better with at least 2 of the goals, if I'm being entirely honest. But look, it is what it is. It is what it is. Bobby got himself a goal on his last Liverpool display, which is brilliant. I love that he's going out after scoring a goal. Feels right, feels fitting for him. Would have loved to have seen Mohamed Salah be the first man in the Premier League era to score 20 goals and have 10 assists or more in 3 campaigns. Unfortunately, he did manage to do it, but time is on his side. Still got next season, the season after, and a bit longer, so I've no doubt that Mo will get those stats up. But yeah, I feel a bit confused at the end of this. I don't really know how to feel. I mean, you shouldn't be annoyed because it's the last game of the season. There was nothing riding on it. There was lots of changes. But yeah, I don't know. I feel a little bit nonplussed about the whole affair. Glad we didn't lose, don't get me wrong, but I'm struggling to take any positives really out of that game. Diaz came off the bench, and again, to me, he looked off the pace. Salah tried, but it didn't happen. Cody Gakpo, of course, continued his good vein of goal scoring, but Diogo Jota is an assassin. He is an assassin in and around the penalty area. 1 goal was gifted to him by the Southampton defence. Lavia played the ball back across, looking for a teammate, went straight to Jota. He tapped into the open goal, but his second goal was just fantastic. I mean, he's had a pretty decent campaign considering the injuries he's had. So yeah, I guess I'm happy about that one. But our defence and our midfield needs work ahead of next season. There's no denying it. No matter who's in there, we don't seem to have the personnel to be able to really keep clean sheets. And one thing that worried me in that game was Southampton, as bad as they were all season, their team today was filled for the youngsters with pace, power and running, and our defence was just like old men trying to chase the kids. It was embarrassing at times. Gomez had a head start against one of the Southampton players at one point to 2 or 3 yards and still managed to pass the ball back to a Southampton player when he got there. I just wasn't happy with it. Could be Joel Matip's last game for Liverpool as well. And look, we speak about James Milner being one of the best free signings, if not the best free signing the club has ever made. You know, you've got to say that Joel Matip has had some brilliant spells as well in the Liverpool shirt, and if he does move on, it's a sad goodbye, but I think the right time to maybe part ways with him. that's where we're at. It all turns towards the summer transfer window now. And look, I'm going to say to you guys once again, be vocal, be active, don't be abusive on social media, but absolutely get the point across that we need investment. We need the right players. I'm starting to see stuff in the media that worries me, quite frankly. Some stuff that seems to be managing fans' expectations yet again. We should be looking to go out there. And if we add in Alexis McAllister, which I think we'll get that announcement relatively soon, brilliant. But we need at least 2 more in midfield, and we need a top-notch centre-back to come in as well. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Don't let anybody push the narrative that Curtis Jones, as good as he has been in this tail end of the season, will save the club millions moving forward. No, that is a false narrative. We need to be out there. We need to be active. We've lost Milner. We've lost Chamberlain. We're losing Firmino. We've lost Naby Keita. And look, whilst they're not a great loss, particularly with regards to Chamberlain and Keita, their bodies and the personnel and the places in midfield that we need to fill, and we need to fill them with players who are going to be robust, players who aren't injury prone, and players who can play 30 to 35 games minimum in a season. So it's over to the board now. It's over to Klopp and George Schmadtke, who looks like he'll be taking up his role from the 1st of June. Bit weird that it's an initial 3-month role with the option to extend it. Hopefully with his background in the German market, he can go in there and get the players whom we want. But, you know, let's look at it this way. If we're being really blunt about it, and I like to try and be, look at Klopp's top targets in recent history. We had Tchouaméni, we lost out to Real Madrid. Bellingham, we are absolutely an embarrassment for the way we dealt with that situation. Looks like we're about to lose out to Real Madrid again. And then Mason Mount. Well, apparently he's turned his head towards Manchester because they're going to be in the Champions League. Klopp has said previously he's never had conversations with players who've even hinted that they wouldn't come to a club if they weren't in the Champions League, albeit Mason Mount was supposed to be one of the top targets. So what I'm saying is, what the clubs say and what's actually happening in reality are often two different things, and we need to make sure that we keep the pressure up. This has been an unacceptable season. Mohamed Salah was absolutely right. Liverpool standards are up here. Liverpool need to be minimum in the Champions League. And I don't blame Mo for it, but I really commend him for coming out with the post. He didn't need to apologise. But I'm glad that that's where the standards are at, and that's what he expects, because we're better than this. We should be in the Champions League, but we don't deserve to be. If we don't do it right this summer, if we don't bring in the right players, we could be having this conversation again next season. And one season out of the Champions League is one thing, my friends. But if we become repetitive Europa League club, that's not going to get us back to where we want to be. That's not going to give us the fulfillment that we want from the last few years of having Jurgen Klopp as manager. So, as I said, it's over to you guys now in the chat. Let me know who you'd like to see brought in. Let me know your thoughts on today's game. And let me know whatever your favourite memories are of the season. We will have a player ratings video coming up soon, as well as the highlights from today's watch-along as well. And if you're watching this before 8:30, I will be back on Twitch tonight for an end-of-season, I guess, wind-down as we move towards the summer. So, all that remains is for me to say thank you on behalf of myself, Connor, and the rest of the team at Anfield Agenda. Looking forward to reading your comments. Thank you for your amazing support throughout the season. And we will be right with you throughout the summer. So then, over to you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.